Hello, this is Simple Math for you, and our lesson today is about rotations. أهلا بكم في قناتكم Simple Math for you، ودرسنا اليوم عن الدوران. الدوران حول نقطة معينة. Rotation about points. So the rotation can be about the origin or not about the origin. A rotation about a fixed point P through an angle of A degrees is a function that maps point M to point M prime such that point P does not move because it is on the point of rotation, on the center of rotation. يعني احنا لما ندور نقاط معينة حوالين نقطة معينة أكيد مركز الدوران راح يكون صورة النقطة التي تقع على مركز الدوران هي نفسها، ما راح تتغير. Number 2 measure of angle MPM prime is A، يعني هاي زاوية الدوران لازم نحددها، والماجنتيود هاي عبارة عن ماجنتيود يعني طول الضلع الموصل بين نقطة مركز الدوران والنقطة الأصلية هو نفسه الواصل أو طول نفس الضلع الواصل بين مركز الدوران والصورة. So the length or the magnitude of the length of the distance between P and M, the original point, is the same as the distance between the center of the rotation and the image. So when a point is rotated 90 degrees about an origin or about any other point, 90 degrees, 180 or 270 counterclockwise, now we have two cases. If it is about the origin, this rule will apply. احنا في درسنا سنقتصر على 90 و180 و270. يعني we are going to study the rotation about 90, 180, 270. Of course 360 means it's coming back to the same point, so no benefit of specifying it. Now about the origin, this will be the rule. Yeah, for example, if you take a point, let's say this point was 2 and -3. If you want to rotate this point 90 degrees counterclockwise يعني عكس عقارب الساعة 90 degrees above the origin, then this will be what? A prime اللي هي الصورة, the image will be, according to this rule, you will flip and change the first coordinate. يعني this will be -3, 2 أولا flipping, then change the first one. If you want to rotate the same point 180 degrees, simply you just flip the signs of the original one. So it will be -t, 2 and 3. No interchanging between x, y. لا تبدل أماكن ال x, y. If you want to rotate the same point, the original one, to -3, about the origin 270 degrees, then flip first, يعني interchange the x and the y, then change the y coordinate, the new y coordinate. Okay. Now, what if a question comes to you or somebody asking us if it is not counterclockwise, if it is 90 degrees clockwise? If 90 degrees clockwise, let's talk about it. 90 degrees clockwise means what? And if you are here and you want to rotate 90 degrees clockwise, that means you have rotated how much? You have rotated 270 degrees counterclockwise. So that means you are going to apply this rule. Similarly, if you want 270 degrees clockwise, this is equivalent to 90 degrees counterclockwise. All these rules apply when you are rotating about the origin. So in this lesson, you will find sometimes points that should be rotated about a point, not the origin. So what will we do? We will drag the points to the origin, then taking back to the original location. Let's see here. Rotation about a point that is not the origin. Triangle PQR has vertices P. I will copy the vertices P, 2, 1. We have Q, 2, 4. And we have R, 5 and 1. Graph triangle PQR and its image after a rotation 270 degrees counterclockwise about 7 and 5. As you see here, the point here is not 0, 0, which is the origin. So we will take it to 0, 0. How can we take this or translate this point to 0, 0? By adding a vector of translation, -7, -5. يعني what will we do? We will add -7 and -5 so that we come to 0, 0. This is step 1. So step 1, add vector -7 and -5 to each one. I'll make it up because it's not only applied to the first point, it will be applied for everything because we applied it to the center of rotation. So what will we do? You will add the x's with the x's, the y's with the y's. This is the meaning of that. Yeah. So this will be, let's make it like this. 2 plus -7 -5, 1 plus -5 -4. And this will be 2. Everything will be added to this one. So هاي أول step. 2 plus -7, -5, 4 plus -5, -1. 5 plus -7, -2, 1 plus -5 is -4. This is step 1. Now, step 2, now the points are above the origin. We can understand that. So we will now rotate it the required angle, which is in our case 270 degrees. So 270 degrees, what will happen in 270 degrees? We will flip first. So -4 and -5. Then change the sign of the second one. So this will be -1, -5, and this will be flipped. The sign will be reversed. This will be -4 and -2 and reverse the y coordinate, the new y coordinate. Then what you have given, you will take it back. Yani now we will reverse the operation. Instead of giving or taking 7 and 5, we will now add 7 and 5, vector 7 and 5 for each point. So -4 plus 7 is 3, 5 plus 5, 10. -1 plus 7, this is the orange one, which is adding the vector to go back to the original position. -1 plus 7, 6, 5 plus 5, 10. -4 plus 7, 3, and 2 plus 5, 7. Now these are the images. So this will be our P prime, this will be Q prime, and this will be R prime. These are the points that I am looking for. Let's do another exercise. Triangle XYZ has vertices X. I will copy them originally. X 0, 2, Y 4, 4, Z 3 and -1. Graph triangle XYZ and its image after rotation of 180 degrees about 2 and -3. So step 1 will be dragging this to 0, 0 and صفرها كأنه. So first I will add a vector which is -2, 3 اللي هو العكس. So I will add for each point to each point -2, 3. What will happen? Add -2 and 5. Be careful because if you make a mistake at the beginning, everything will depend on that mistake. 4 plus -2, 2, 4 plus 3, 7. 3 plus -2, 1, -1 plus 3, 2. So step 1 done. Step 2, what will we do? Rotate 180 degrees. 180 degrees means just reverse the signs. So it will be 2 and -5. This will be -2 and -7. And this will be -1, -2. You have to remember the rules because now we are rotating about the origin. Last step, it will be going back to the original position, which is adding now 2 and -3. لاحظ أول مرة هي this one، أول مرة this، ثاني مرة this one. So we have to add it or take it back. So now we will take back what we have done, or we will add the vector 2 and -3 to each single point. So it will be 4 and -8, Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. Negative 7 plus negative 3 is negative 10. Last point, negative 1 plus 2 is 1. Negative 2 plus negative 3 is negative 5. So these will be our images. This will be our x prime, this will be our y prime, and this will be our z prime, and we will plot them to check how they are looking like. X prime is 4 and negative 8, so this is 4 and negative 8, and this will be x prime. Second point, y prime, 0 and minus 10. Z prime is 1 and negative 5, so this is 1 and this is negative 5 somewhere here, and this will be our z prime. Now we will match the vertices, and this is our triangle. This is y prime. As far here, it's y prime. As you see, it is looking like as you are rotating, you have rotated this triangle 180 degrees about the point 2 and negative 3. 2 and negative 3 is somewhere here. So as if you have rotated this point here. And of course, if you match between the z and the z prime and u and u prime, you will find that center of rotation will be the midpoint between the y and the y prime, z, z prime, x, and x prime. There's no need to check that since you have done the correct job. Question 2, quadrilateral ABCD, and let's copy the points. So A is negative 2 and 4. B is 1 and 3. C is 2 and negative 3. And D is negative 3, negative 1. These are the vertices of this quadrilateral. هذه للشكل الرباعي، نقاط الشكل الرباعي، رؤوس الشكل الرباعي. طيب. We want to graph the quadrilateral and its image after a rotation of 90 degrees counterclockwise about negative 1 and 2. So we need first to what? Add negative 1 صارت 1 و2 صارت negative 2, so that everything will be dragged to 0 0. So I will add this vector. I'll apply the translation vector. Negative 2 plus 1, negative 1. 4 plus negative 2, 2. 1 plus 1, 2. 3 plus negative 2, 1. 2 plus 1, 3. Negative 3 plus negative 2, negative 5. Negative 3 plus 1, negative 2. Negative 1 plus negative 2 is negative 3. This is step 1. Okay. Now, step 2, rotate. The required rotation is 90 degrees. So we will apply the rule of 90 degrees on each point. 90 degrees means interchanging, نعكس ونعكس إشارة الأول. So this will be 2 and negative 1, then this will be negative. This will be 1 and 2 ويعكس إشارة الأول. This will be negative 5 and 3 ويعكس إشارة الأول. This will be negative 3, negative 2, and reverse the first one. Lastly, or finally, you will take what you have given. So I change the colors so that you realize that it is the last step. Last step, instead of adding 1 and negative 2, we will add negative 1 and 2 vector. So negative 2 plus negative 1, negative 3. Negative 1 plus 2 is 1. Plus 2. Negative 1 plus negative 1. 2 plus 2, 4. 5 plus negative 1, 4. 3 plus 2, 5. 3 plus negative 1 is 2. And negative 2 plus 2, 0. So these are the vertices after rotations. This is A prime, B prime, C prime, and D prime. And let's plot to check. I will use green to plot. A prime, negative 3 and 1. So this is A prime. It's not clear. This is A prime. Negative 2 and 4 is B prime. Negative 2 and 4. So this will be my B prime. C prime 4 and 5. Go to 4 up to 5. D prime is 2, 0. So I will match. It looks good. It is rotation 90 degrees about a point -1 and 2. This is -1 and 2 somewhere here. So as if فعلا you have rotated the shape around this point 90 degrees. بس 90 degrees عكس عقارب الساعة. Last question, under a rotation about the origin, so this is an easy question because it's already dragged to the origin. The point originally was 5 and -1 is mapped to the point A prime 1 and 5. So let's check what happened. As you see, they have interchanged and they have changed the first coordinate, this one. And if you interchange, this will be -1 or 5. Then he reversed the first one. That means this was rotation 90 degrees counterclockwise. Okay, this has been done. So now we can continue. What is the image of B, which originally was -4 and 6, after the same rotation? So we will apply 90 degrees to this B. So you will interchange تعكس وتعكس إشارة الأول. So this is the answer of the question. With that, we are done with the lesson of rotation. أنهينا درس الدوران ونرجو أن يكون الآن أصبح أسهل من ذي قبل. Thank you very much and see you in the next video. إلى اللقاء.